So I've already done the stream starting soon segment. I had a meeting during the Q&A segment, so I was only able to half listen in.
I didn't look at the time when I pressed the button. Alright, it's fine. It's fine. Do you want me to wait? No, actually, I'm on time now. 3 seconds. So, hey everybody, welcome to the weekly dev stream. Hope you're all having a fantastic.
Did I miss something in the main menu? Like,
Saturday. Dope stuff. I haven't updated
because I think I had this issue over the weekend when I hopped in to check on something.
How do I turn it on again? Wait. I know how to do this. Studio mode.
Yep, there we go. Sorted.
And boom. Cool. Got it rolling. Hey everybody. Welcome.
Yes, add a placeholder manifold in the obelisk floor. And I've got to get a whole bunch of concrete, maybe.
Thanks, Rest. I'm sure you're we're back.
But yeah, let's go top up on concrete.
Back to the old regular old weekly dev stream classic. Like you gotta do something different so that when you go back to the way things used to be, people will be like, this is the way. Oh, this is so good. It's like Coke Classic, you know what I mean? Like it's, you gotta do it. Update. Oh shit, it is. Damn it. It's always like, whenever we release updates, there's always a ton of things that I need to keep track of. That like, oh right, we changed this. Oh right, we updated this. Let me fix that real quick. Let me just put that button up there so I can change the thing. Update. Where's the command? I can't even, it's been so long. No. Update. Update. Now! Out now. Yes. Alright. Did it update? No, it didn't. Wait. Why isn't it working? I hope I spend... There we go. Update 7, update... Oh, update 7 is still here, apparently. Any other... Did I spend the rest of the stream just looking at the bots? Are they any weird? There's crossplay. Did you guys know there's this crossplay between Steam and Epic? That's also a command, apparently. I don't remember that. Death count? That is accurate. That is accurate. Yeah, cool. Alright. Let's go back to the menu.
Full 9 stack there and single. It would be a single row if I had more items with a certain type in there, but yeah.
We're back to the classic format again. Back to 2 hours. Ooh, wait. The agenda is wrong. So we gotta get. We're so rusty. Any highlights? Back. Oh, there's no gameplay. There we go.
Up on cable and rotor.
I feel like I've got everything sorted out. I had like 40 minutes prep time and I still didn't manage to get everything done. Alright, whatever. Welcome everybody to Weekly Dev Stream. This is
Very
the
weird
third time
layout.
I'm starting the stream. We're just rolling into it. Alright, blah blah blah, you get it. Welcome to Weekly Dev Stream.
Oh yeah, cable.
Finally done, well, not done. We're finally released update on early access. Jeez, it only took us 40 years, 47 years. We released.
I'm fine with the rotor, not the rotor, the wire not being a full stack there.
And we've been on experimental for 16 months, 47 months, 32 months, rounding upward. And last week we finally released update 8.
I don't know if I want to actually handcraft the steel beams, because that means like handcrafting steel. So, so I'm not sure what that possibly was thinking there.
I've seen people, give us feedback on the game and all this stuff. So like whenever we have our early access releases, it always feels like people overplayed it. Like, who cares? It's just people already know. And then, you know, we have things where you almost break our CCU records the last weekend because there's so many people playing the game, which is really cool to see. It's amazing. So big kudos to everyone who played the game on Instrumental to help us give feedback and help us concurrent users. So like, I think if you checked Steam charts, there were like 32,000 people.
Yeah, if I didn't have Baldur's Gate 3 to play, I would be part of those CCU numbers, but just not how our
And I think our record is like 34,000.
play things now, just to avoid getting burnt out on the game.
That's pretty cool. It's cool to see that the interest for Satisfactory is still going strong. You know, even though we've been in a weird updating the engine for a year almost. Like it's been a long time since since we pushed an update, and then people show up anyways, and it's really cool to see. And another really cool stat for me specifically is that the patch notes video got like 500,000 views in like less than a week, which is also sort of not a record, but like I don't think that's ever happened before. I don't think we've gotten that many views on a patch notes video. Well, okay, first of all, it's the most views we've ever gotten on a patch notes video, so just putting that out there is like it's the most views.
3, 4, 5.
So like videos overall on the Coffee Pain channel, we usually don't get that many views. So that's super cool to see as well. Super nice for me because I struggle with that video.
So the first thing we're doing is putting in a steel pipe manifold.
That was a pain in the ass to work on.
Because we're getting
Yeah, super cool.
coal and iron coming in from upstairs.
What am I talking about? I just like completely dropped the ball. For the first, fun fact, for the first time ever, I haven't pulled the shades for the room. Because like, there's even lighting in this room to get this lighting set up, right? And this time I didn't pull the curtain because like, it's dark.
So this manifold is going to be responsible for doing the steel pipes for all of the other manifolds.
Looking in and I'm like, well, I can't get up now and close the curtain. That would be weird. So I'm just gonna commit. I'm just gonna commit to it. Anyways, yeah, Superstar update is super cool that so many people showed
1,
up.
2, 3.
To us as well. We worked on this update for so long, and super stoked to see that so many people care and
Hang on a second.
gave us, said a lot of nice things. Update isn't perfect. The game has never been perfect.
Gotta make steel ingots first.
There are bugs.
Actually, no.
And I just wanna
No.
sort of, this is the state of dev segment, I would say.
Bringing steel pipes
I'm
last.
gonna spend a couple of minutes update. These are
Lining it
issues
up with the
that you
foundry
played on,
output.
you probably know about all of these. But I just want to like really quickly go through some of these things. We will talk about Figmas, I promise. So we'll just get sort of the spring cleaning out of the way,
30
and then we'll talk about
steel
Figmas,
ingots a
okay?
minute.
So a couple of known issues with update 8. We've been working on this for a long time. It'll be a work in progress. The big thing that's, well, it is not working in progress in terms of update 8, but there are a few known things in update 8. But one of the systems that's still a bit work in progress in update 8 is the online sort of integration system that we have. And that's sort of taking care of some of the like, setting up your friends list, launching even Epic, getting your session ID and all that stuff. And that system is the sort of like a rework of a system that we've had before, and we've pushed sort of the current implementation of that system on early access. And the thing that, God, it's so distracting with people like this. I might close the curtain. Holy shit, that's a lot. What was I talking about? Yeah, so the EOS, the online integration system is there to like keep track of both like online integration, EOS integration as well, so like you can cross-code between Steam and Epic and that sort of stuff. And currently, one of the features that's not fully implemented yet is link your Epic account, you link your Epic account on Steam. And the plan is that we're going
Will
to
that?
push
Thank
a
you.
couple of updates on the experimental branch with the new integration stuff. There's also a couple of new features that we haven't had before. This is my moment. 1 second. Okay, we're finally alone. Holy shit. Okay. They got a free show. What was I talking about? Yeah, so the online integration stuff, we're gonna push that on experimental fairly soon. I think it's gonna be this week, but I'm not 100% sure if that's gonna be possible. But yeah, like I mentioned, one of the features that's missing currently is the ability to move unlinked accounts. We're gonna add that feature back in its current iteration, and then put that on experimental.
I've got to do
So
black
it's gonna be a work
powder.
able to unlink your accounts or whatever by switching to the experimental branch. There's probably a couple more features, but I don't want to speak about those things or talk about those things prematurely.
Do we have a separate
how far we've gotten
black powder manifold?
So it'll be a fun surprise for you guys, I guess. On experimental, like how that will change. I also don't know.
Yeah, let's do a separate black powder manifold.
So that's
Yeah, this will be black powder.
future, possibly this week.
Oop.
There's going to be an update on experimental with the online integration, and we're probably going to spend quite significant time on experimental.
I need to double check alternate recipes for black powder.
Over fully to the regular branch until like next year possibly. But you like in terms of gameplay, there won't be any changes. This is just to handle the online.
Just because
and it shouldn't affect any connectivity thing.
yeah, there we go. So there's an alternate recipe for black powder, which involves compacted coal. So I'm just gonna pause a second there while I pop open Scheme. It's the part where I do window capture temporarily. There we go. Pop up the production planner, and we need to do a comparison of 30 units a minute of black powder for least common multiple. Yep. And we copy and paste that. Swap the recipe over. Okay, so default recipe 15 units a minute of coal, 15 units a minute of sulfur. And back recipe 7.5 units a minute of coal, 7.5 2.5 units a minute of sulfur. So don't know that there's an alternate recipe for compacted coal. No. Right. So either we want to reduce the amount of coal used by this floor, or we want to reduce the amount of sulfur. I think we want to reduce the amount of sulfur, just because sulfur is a relatively limited resource. Yeah, we'll do it that way. So there's not going to be an additional space allotment here for doing compact coal. It's just going to be straight up coal and sulfur, and that'll be it. Cool.
Cool. All right. Some known issues as well.
That
when it comes to the game.
was entirely unintended of saying the same thing there.
Minimum
1, 2, 3.
We have like sort of whenever the game crashes, you can send us a crash report, right? We get that stuff in the back end. And for the most part, a lot of the crashes, the majority of the crashes, are either mods or please remember that mods aren't officially supported by us. So if you end up crashing the game and you have mods installed, try playing the game without mods and make sure that and see if you can reproduce the crash that you got with the mods installed and see if it still happens. So a lot of crashes are related to mods, like the vast majority of mods. The other thing that we're seeing is like crashes related to something like that. And these come in many different forms of crash error, so to speak. It might say like D3D11 related issue, like DirectX.
I think I should flip these around. Then it would mean there's no blank on.
It says if you read, it's kind of hard to make out.
No black merger or splitter being used to get the call and sulfur over the thingamy.
Usually those crashes are related to the hardware or your driver or your, whatever, something related with your graphics card. It's hard for us to resolve those issues because those are really low level issues. A lot of these crashes can be circumvented by either like updating your graphics card or drivers. Actually, even your graphics card, because a lot of people are getting crashes because the graphics card doesn't support some of the aspects of the game. Because I'll talk about that in a second. But yeah, updating your drivers for your graphics card. Setting the render cache. Oh wait, what's it called? Reset cache something.
Okay, inputs. So what's the one on the right going to be?
If you go to our Steam forums and blah blah blah, there's reset shader cache. That's and like how to reset your shader cache. That depends on what graphics card you have. So
Okay.
graphics card and yeah, you can do it.
Steel ingots.
Also verify your game files as well. Sometimes that helps out. Sometimes the game is partly and that can cost a lot. But so yeah, if you are in, and there's also a couple of workarounds. I can't really. Like,
Sulfur goes onwards, and
there are some workarounds. Sometimes if you see specifically one of the
all splits off.
like devise something fun. There are a couple of workarounds. If you Google like how to solve that, there's like ways where you can like increase the timeout between your computer and the graphics card. That solves in a lot of cases. And I think there's other like registry settings you can make.
Alright, we're all offset.
But there are some workarounds for this, and you can also check our forums. But a lot of people that I've talked to are running into crashes with their hardware potentially too old, like not support. It's a bummer. Googling hung device is not straightforward. It's fine if don't worry about it. Just put paperwork. What was I say? Again, by the way, I need to remember to check this.
Do I need to run any more? Ooh, maybe. Let's account for being able to pass iron ingots on to another manifold down the line that does another separate set of steel plates.
Why do you I don't know. I think my computer is doing this stuff. Alright, should be fine. Anyways, what was I talking about? You should write this stuff down. That's the annoying thing, I have written this down. It's just that I lose my train of
There we
thought
go.
when I get distracted. But yeah, essentially, I'm talking about like the Jeep. But there are workarounds for a lot of stuff. to have had old hardware that isn't really supported.
We don't have the recipe unlocked yet.
This is something that Jake talked about in a video that we posted with the Unreal Engine 5 video, I think, on our YouTube channel. If there's more info there. And we talked about like setting the minimum requirements for a game is quite difficult because like where do we draw the line between like, you know, being able to boot up the game is one thing, but like being able to run it, like, you know, we don't fully know what our recommended hardware is and stuff like that. There are also cases where when you're comparing like there can be graphics cards that have like better performance than the cards that is listed on our minimum specs. But if like NVIDIA doesn't support drivers for your card, then something like it's a bit unfortunate, and you know it's sort of like paved way of progress. I also don't fully know like where do we draw the line as like how far back we support, you know, hardware that's to play our game. It's like I think the 1050 is like 10 years old at this point, something like that. So it's a bit tricky, but just to be aware of that. Okay. Anyways, let's move on. Let's talk about something else. Let's talk about something.
Do I have half foundations?
Also interesting.
I do not.
Is when you first boot up the game, a lot of people experience the thing where the game takes a long time to boot up. I need to make a slight correction here. It's not due to shaders compiling, actually. It's because of the antivirus something. So when the game boots up for the first time, there's a bunch of like modules that are cooked into the game. And you notice that a lot of antivirus programs, including Microsoft Defender, they tend to like when you get on the game, they want to like scan all those modules before it boots up the game, or in the process of booting up the game. And that's a bit annoying. We're gonna reach out to Microsoft and see if we can solve that in some way. And there are ways to sort of prevent it if you have like other antivirus software that's like blocking you. We've also noticed this when we started pushing Update 8, that a lot of antivirus software just started triggering on Satisfactory for some reason, and we're trying to solve that as well. We don't know when we're looking into that, but that's something that we're looking into.
All filled in.
So just be aware that like sometimes when you boot up the game, it might take a long time. And one repercussion of that is that when it takes a long time for the game to boot up in that state, the game will try to log you in on with our online services, and it ends up being in a state where the game gets like blocked because of antivirus. So like when we ask to like sign in online, that times out, and then there's no way for the game to like, you know, get back on track with the sign-in process essentially, because that's sort of an anticipated block. And the only way to circumvent that is to restart the game and then load it back up again, and then it should sign in properly. So a lot of people probably run into the issue where you boot up the game, and it takes a long time for the game to boot up, and then once you get to the menu, you press like continue or load game. It says like you're offline, you're not logged in, and that's due to that long process. So just restart the game and then try again.
That's possibly the issue I had just now.
Yes. Cool. Those were some of the known issues that I have. There's a couple of like other things that we could talk about, and maybe we should save it for the Q&A if people are interested in these kind of topics. I don't know if we've addressed some of these things, but there's a couple of things that are like highly bloated on our QA side, for instance. And one of these, some of the vehicle feedback, for instance, that we have in the game right now. We're currently looking into that feedback and seeing what we can do. I don't know if we have any news we can give regarding that, because the vehicle system is kind of mixed on how like people feel about it. Quick TLDR, when we updated the engine version, the old physics engine that was in the game, we based all the vehicles on.
So I should be putting the playback speed up on here.
Rework all vehicle systems from scratch. And it's a lot of work, just like, we're never going to be able to like get back to the old, like how vehicles handled before the update, because that's just impossible at this point. And we try to like find a good balance where like, that would be happening. And you know, a lot of people like it, the new vehicle physics, a lot of people don't like it. Like, I think a lot of it comes down to like preference a little bit. but we are sort of listening to the feedback we're getting regarding this, and we were going to look into this before pushing PA, but we unfortunately didn't have time. And I'm not sure if this will be a thing that, like, I think this is for
Cool.
later releases, whether we'll be able to make any tweaks to the system. But we are listening to the feedback, and we're going to look into that at some point.
Bloop.
And I think there was one more thing.
Oh yeah, what's the power requirements on this?
Yeah, there's like a couple of multiplayer issues as well that a lot of people are looking about. And
2.6.
we're all aware of that stuff. Some of the implementations that we made for the game, we had to focus on a lot of things which is worth forcing because of time constraints.
Oh, I've actually done some of that shit.
Lovely. 4 billion years. We still couldn't get around to everything we wanted to get around to. You know, there's a lot of features still in the game that aren't up to parity with the old version of that Satisfactory. And I think somebody on Steam made a pretty good like parable where if you think about it in terms of like why did we make the engine update if we're not on parable at this point? It's like
E4,
the
5.
old engine. We were sort of like at the top of the close like, in terms of like how much increased performance and fixed issues that people are having with certain aspects of the game. And now that we have Unreal Engine 5, we're sort of like back down, you know, at the root of the cliff now. But now we have a much more. Now it's possible for us to like climb out the cliff and get further back up, including more aspects than we could before. You guys in update get like this first like big chunk of improvements. Multiplayer has a bunch of issues right now, and multiplayer is always been like, I wouldn't say it's second hand because multiplayer is a huge part of Satisfactory, a big aspect of the game. We really want the multiplayer to be as smooth as possible. There's a lot of work to go into for multiplayer. And in this round of update, there were a couple of like implementations that didn't get fully fleshed out for multiplayer. And one of the big ones is the hypercube. Like writing hypercube is applying to a couple of issues that come up. And we're gonna look into that, but I don't think we're gonna be able to do it for update 8, unfortunately. That's the future goal. But we are aware of that stuff, and if we can fix, like we have a list of things that we're gonna try and fix for this year. We have very limited time left for this year, and but we're gonna do our best. Once I have any news to give, I'm gonna try and share that with you. I'm planning to make a video this week. Hopefully I can sort of gather like sort of what we're planning to do for update 8 that's left in that video in terms of bug fixing. And I think it's close, but, better than nothing, I think. And we'll take from there, I guess. And with that being said, one thing I want to talk about next is Fixmas. That's one of the big questions folks have had. Now that December's coming up, Christmas is upon us, y'all. Christmas is like the holidays are in. Well, actually, it's next week. December 1st is next week. So technically, it starts then. So what about Fixmas? You know, everyone's been asking. Is Fixmas coming back? Are we gonna save Fixmas? Because if you remember, when we updated the engine, a lot of the Fixmas related stuff broke, and we've been so focused on fixing Satisfactory, the core. We've always been like, all right, Fixmas that completed. But now we're at the point where like Fixmas is like next week. So but I'm happy to say that we are going to fix Fixmas. We're going to fix stuff related to the calendar. We're going to fix some of the items that don't work right now. We're going to get resolved as well. And next week, Fixmas is going to be rolling as usual. There won't be any new content for Fixmas this year because we only had like 1 or 2 weeks to fix the stuff that's for Fixmas right now, and we're very busy with other stuff right at the moment. But Fixmas is at least going to come back with you know, sort of the same sort of and you know, the calendar is going to come back and all that stuff. So we're pretty stoked.
How many resources going in is that?
Everything kind of like came
Yeah, so it's
down
an item reduction. So if I'm doing something with quartz crystal rather than raw quartz, like silica or whatever, it's going to be more effective to ship the crystals out.
So we're pretty stoked about that. Cool. All right. I think that's it. Maybe we set it down for now. If you have any questions, then remember that we do the thing with Slido now. So do hashtag exclamation mark link to the Slido page. You can put the questions. You know, upload questions there, and then we'll save those for the Q&A segment. And I'll try and respond and talk about certain topics if you want to hear more about some of these things. We'll get a snapback. The snap is due to the old, like, the way weapons work before. That was really cool. I wish we could have that back, but yeah, no fun. So yeah, that's State of Death. Thanks everyone for tuning in, specifically Con Artist. So glad you can join us for the State of Death. As it's about to wrap up. Anyway, let's dive into the next segment, which is an old classic. Yeah. We'll get the snap back? No, unfortunately not. The snap is due to the old That was really cool. I wish we could have that back. Never have time. So yeah, that's State of Dev. Thanks for tuning in, specifically Con Artist. So glad you can join us for the State of Dev. As it's about to wrap up. But there's always still you know what I mean? Anyways, let's dive into the next segment, which is dive into the next segment. Anyways. Let's dive into the next segment, which is an old classic. I can't find the. All right, folks. Y'all remember community highlights? You know what that is? I sure know.
Play back through this at a really high rate because it's going to be processed on a different channel.
This is, I'm sorry I'm a bit angry, okay? This is insane. My jaw brought myself. This is not the factory. This is like a game. But yeah, I also like that they use beekeeping in the background. Yeah, I also I love the details for me. I don't like it.
And for the update 8 EA launch stream community highlights are processed online, I think. But that's just because the stream was YouTube hosted. And I don't upload stuff that's streamed on YouTube to the archive channel because it would feel kind of redundant. I mean, like, strictly speaking, I could be doing the rest of the stream offline. But I could just, like, blast through shit and get some, like, segment markers put in, and then that'll be, like, it done. I'm gonna do all of the offline stuff tomorrow.
This is so cool. This is such a good shot. This is their first order finally. Same thing. Like, I can work off this is so far out. I love it so much. I love these like platformy kind of setups where like the factory is raced up on the ground. You still have like the minor log in the platform. And just so good, so good. Speaking of competition, that is nice. This is like alright, let's get down to this is a 461 hour save, and we're gonna go down. Essentially, I did a lot of here. Love this was like high quality.
Raw quartz hasn't been belted down. Cool.
Speaking of judging on factories from Ninja and 420, Kid is up to no good. He's scouting the place, checking the list. So good mental. Like, is your state even have a bridge? No. I wonder how that happens. Like, it shouldn't happen, but it did, so I can't. So who might judge, but I don't figure it out. But yeah, you're good to pick one. Next is from QD. This is a temporary factory. It's just for now, just temporary. Guys, don't know if it's no, so what I mean with temporary factories, these are the factory builds. Mountain is another factory, built nearby, like for water resources. That's kind of that factory. There's nothing else permanent that's temporary, right? And like, okay, this is the temporary factory. You know, I think QD is on the right track, right? Because this is really cool. This is the factory. Well, I'm kind of jealous that I think of yeah, I can use it there as well, yeah. I also actually, one of the things I did see on the other side of the dome, this is really clever, okay? I haven't seen on this before. But even thing like the boots open, yeah, the spiky hair can be out, it's really clever. Like you hold it, really nice little detail, honestly. And also, yeah, nice little like the container. So I'm sitting in, like, from modular, so it's good. It's good. Yeah, and you're gonna build like part of what I have to show you actually, if there's more. Next is from Matt. No, see, very little, very small, okay? this is so nice. It's so weird scaling our game. It's so weird. Like you see this like little small thing. It's cute. It's minor. And
You don't need to have that built on the same grid as that built on the same grid as that. Because this is just going to run over there. Yeah, let's just remove that shit.
Anyway, this is from Dirt Joe. We finally got the bridge, y'all. I'm getting it. Where's the bridge? Yeah, the bridge. This is from Loop Pro. Got a little right. This one really because Crane. The map. Very nice. Yeah, got a little very good. Yeah. Let's back to this. This is so I remember right at the game. I was up 4 away. I was saying I remember you saying about 1. And I knew I can this. This is the way it should be done. I'll combine this with this one, right? Like, actually, and that lateral will help. We'll take anyway. I think from VR Lock to it really like this is that right? Okay, no, right. It's really that. It's like your power here, don't rating on one.
So the pillar's going to come down somewhere around there.
Oh no, it's Godzilla! Godzilla's attacking! Oh no! Oh no, the Titan's coming in! Oh my god! Oh, I'm so sorry. Look at it go! Roar! Oh no! Oh no! Oh, there's a big trouble, y'all! Godzilla's coming! Where the fire goes! Alright, anyways, how do I turn this thing? Turn this off? Yeah, clearly. Cool. Anyways, let's go. So weird. Alright, very nice. From 29, F29. I wonder, my jam aesthetically, I'll always, like, I wish I would make some of this, but I want to do, like, the same thing with the towers. This is so cool. Like, these towers here, really kind of, like, these towers here, although the flashback. These tower keys, everything that, the whole thing, like, all over, all the time, and just, like, move, feel back and forth, shit, back and forth. Well, shit, so fast. It's pretty cool. But you know what it needs? Oh no, what's happening? Oh no, it's a UFO! It's a UFO with a big laser. It's shooting laser. Oh my god.
Oh, that's in the wrong place.
I'm gonna go by the way. Yeah, this is pretty cool. This is kind of like, and this is the night. Okay, so, very cool. So yeah, very nice. Thank you everyone for hanging out with me. Check a peek on it, sure. If it's a peek on it, then so thank you for not submitting, but posting the stuff so I can like draw on it. I wish I had notes. I know that you're back there with me that one. But yeah, as always, if you post stuff when it comes to factory, Reddit is such a good spot for people to check factories and show people. From Twitter and Twitter, hashtag factory screenshots. If you're on Reddit, and use the screenshot there, that's also how I find stuff. Yeah, that's we haven't done this in a long time. This is like decades. So we also find like creators usually on the stream. So my creators I thought that things are cool out there. Making really cool factory look. YouTube. And this week I wanted to where I think all their factories, since they call it, they call it all the factories are first kind of booster, and then fly into the game. And as they play game, like games of like format, they figure out like new ways of compact factories.
2, 4, 5, 6.
Let's check out a little quick. Let's check I'll fix the CD highlight command. I think I don't get turned on, but we have the only thing that we have like most of it, and we can't get okay, let's check it. You are the make this factory. What number multiple I see and link factory. There are 4 factories. And is the single blueprint. First factory produce 4 5 and 4 timelines. Every second factory convert using We're getting our sea legs back. Going back to the old format. We'll get there. We'll get there in time. Alright, those are the community highlights. Super stoked. Super cool. Super cool to see everything that's being done. Hidden. Actually, one thing I want to mention real quick as well is that remember on the stream last week, I mentioned that there's a big sale going on right now at lizarddog.com, so I'm selling out a bit more here. Do exclamation mark merch. You can get the link to one of our partner merch.
I'm just going to fiddle with these clip segments a bit.
Last week, we mentioned real quick as well.
I'm going to shove that on the state of dev.
Agenda. So it's super cool to see everything that's being done. Hidden agenda, very nice. Actually, one thing I'm going to mention real quick. Actually, very nice. Very nice. Actually, one thing I'm going to mention real quick as well is that remember on the stream last week we mentioned that there's a big sale going on right now at lizarddog.com, so I'm selling out a bit more here. If you do exclamation mark merch, you can get the link to one of our partner merch partners, lizarddog.com. There's currently a sale going on lizarddoggo.com. And I wish I had the thing. Yeah, essentially this is a sale going on right now. It's gonna run for another week. So actually it's gonna run until December 1st. There's a sale going on right now, and there's also a couple of coupons codes that you can use. I think it's all up here. Alright, here we go. There's a sale going on right now. There's also a couple of like codes you can use during checkout, and here are the codes. I don't remember all the specifics, but there's a bunch of like stuff that's cheaper, and also we got the new are available right now. And if you use these coupon codes during checkout, you can get different like offers, if you will. So if you use the code penset50 with orders over 50, you can get the free pen set with your order. If you do ship 100, you can get free shipping to the US, UK, EU, and Canada. Lightbox 150 gives you an additional lightbox in your order. The lightbox is the little like artwork where there's like a little bean and a little flashing on it. It's really cute. And then ship 200 is you can get to ship to 200 of your favorite characters. Sorry, I'm tired apparently. For orders over 200, you can get free global shipping, and you can pick any one of these on your order, and you can use them multiple times over multiple orders. You can only use them once per order, of course. The website is lizarddoggo.com, and you can also do exclamation mark merch. I said that. Check it out. There's a bunch of stuff. Buy right now. Okay, that's the message. Anyways. Let's keep going with our regularly scheduled program and dive into Q&A. No, not buy. Buy. Did you not hear me? I didn't say buy. I said buy. God. Anyways. Community highlights. Where did you community highlights? Let's check out some of the questions. Anyways.
Yeah, so yeah, Q&A is going to get done offline. This is the norm. So we might leave that there as is. I'm going to get this viaduct to the ground. And then pop off. I've only been like streaming for 45 minutes, which feels unusual. So this is the advantage of doing like, you know, 200 and 300% playback speed. Now that one's gonna be fun because that call's got to come over to that facility. And the obvious thing would be to shove that over on this same viaduct. Just, you know, because it's already here. But it's going to end up at the wrong level because I need to put something down. I forget whether I was doing it internally or externally for redistributing all of the iron and coal. So yeah, before we pop off, we'll get these touches done. I'll even do it that way. Yeah, that's quicker. So, in the previous playthrough, there was a space built around about here, which basically split and merged multiple separate lines and like load balanced them like externally. So when they were fed into the redistribution floor, all of the floors had enough supplies to do what they need to do. Not the floors, all the manifolds had the supplies. Yep. That floor. Redistribution floor. Right, so redistribution is probably planned for here. So I was thinking, oh, am I doing like I popped my head in earlier, just looked in, because I was forgetting which floor was which. I was thinking, oh, there's a mezzanine there. And maybe that's where I'm doing the steel, the iron ingots, which I think that is the case, except they're right here. So the steel ingots aren't being produced on this floor. The parts are being shipped out. Just because it allows for this flexibility where you can change like, your recipes. And all you have to do is just change some shit up on the other end rather than having to say like, oh, let's ship iron ore in. And oh, let's dismantle the manifold to allow for solid steel ingots, or let's put in your iron ingots, it turns out. So, not actually that efficient to do that way. So, yeah. But in terms of like redistribution, load balancing, and what have you, if I need to bring more coal in, what will end up happening is there will be like one of these slots free. It'll be brought in, like, say, merged in. Well, we'll pretend here. So we'll put like a merger in. Okay, bloop. And then all the resources that get sent in, oh, they're gonna, you know, shove over. You'll have some of the resources coming in from this side, and they'll split off that way. Any overflow will go on, and then that comes in, gets merged in here with the iron ingot supplies and the coal output. So yeah, so it turns out we're doing internal redistribution and load balancing of resources. So we could use that viaduct for the coal, rather than using the coal. Well, there's two nodes down there. So you got those two coal nodes, those two coal nodes, and then that iron node and that copper node. So option one for that coal node over there is it comes along here and pops up. Option two is it gets its own viaduct, like offset a little, obviously. And option three is a viaduct gets planted out across like the Green Valley there, which probably would make more sense because there's like iron nodes all the way over there. So if you bring more iron and copper in, it'll be coming in that way and then eventually snaking its way up. So, yeah. How's the power requirements looking? 2, 3, 4. So this doesn't even have resources belted in yet. So there's the warehouse belting all done. That was on a previous stream. We're gonna need to maybe wrap resources around the side of the building. I think we've got to run limestone up there for one thing. But because like that's when I don't have a gameplay segment through the stream, I think that's going to end up being on another time. So we've already got a check mark, a task listing for built-in all supplies. That's fine. We've added the quartz crystal manifold facility. And we've got this thing about like handcraft enough steel beams to add frames between the grats of the blah 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 blah. Like that only makes sense to do later, because the first thing I've got to do is get iron, copper, and coal up to the redistribution floor. because I do not want to be standing like there and collecting enough coal to make however many frames it is we need. See, so it's going to be 6 beams per tile, I think. Hang on a second. Using visual memory, is it 1 meter or 2 meters? Yeah, so it's 2 meters. Oh, it's not. It's 4 meters because that's an 8 meter tile. So let's just do the math on that very briefly. So I have to ship 2 belts over, not between that floor, because that's encased beams. We don't even have a recipe for that. Not that floor. Steel pipe. Here we go. So for every tile here, I need to multiply it by 12. So that's going to be 6 times 12 for the concrete tiles. So we put in 6 times 12. Plus... why does it feel like we've got 2 rows of thing? Then we've got 18. So like 18 times 2, because we've got 2 rows. So we need to make 108 steel beam. So we need to make 4 times as many steel ingots. If I'm handcrafting them, then I'm doing that. So we do them in groups of 3. But you still need to hand collect 432 lumps of iron and coal. So that's kind of... don't have the patience to do that. It's these 2 here. Going to be the temporary line. You want to avoid doing this. You wanted to avoid doing this grammar. The alternative is handcrafting 432 steel ingots to handcraft a sufficient number of steel beams. I'd rather just do this nonsense. Oh, yeah. obviously, like the other thing to do is adding the power, and I was mostly leaning towards connecting the power in from the temporary, like the temporary line that was run out there. So just running that over, and then eventually replacing it with the pylons. There is that small, like, curiosity of, should I try and have this being self-sufficient with power? Problem is, at the moment, that means like the power would have to come from coal, which is needed to produce the items that we need, so that would subtract away from the resources. Later down the line, however, we have oil nodes over there. So that could be, like, you know, belted all the way up. Probably on this side, because this side's shorter. And just have a little fuel power station going on. I mean, if I wanted to just be slightly ridiculous, I could pump the oil up the side of the building. Let's say the traditional, like the way I normally build fuel distribution and oil distribution rather, is I package it on site and belt it out. Just because I prefer having packaged fluids flying about rather than dealing with pumps and what's the backflow, and stuff goes the wrong way just because, well, it's not the wrong way, when stuff goes unintended direction just because of how fluids work. So what I might end up doing is, rather than having oil for the space elevators facility being packaged over there and viaducted all the way over there, is I could pipe the oil up top of here and have it packaged up here and then sent down. Well, if it's got the space elevator, facility, it wouldn't be going on that route, but it could be on that grid and just go that way instead. And yeah, interesting to see what I would do there. Because one of the issues with Satisfactory is, you want to try and build everything all in one place just because it's convenient. But for performance reasons, that can be a bad idea. Just for logistical reasons, it can be more convenient to distribute stuff. So at the moment, power generation is centralized over there. And fuel power generally gets built down here. I've not got no nuclear power yet, even though I've unlocked it like a couple of times. I haven't ever built one. Nuclear power would be built in a third location. So what I'm thinking is, if I'm going to have this facility self-power itself, rather than having it coal-powered, it's like, if I make it fuel-powered, that's maybe less of an issue. But it also, like, means that I don't have to run pylons out here. Like, if this only does enough power for itself, there's no need to ship surplus power out. I could continue to expand, like, the power thing and have it, like, built in the main grid, and then that would mean having pylons running out. But I think the intent is to put the main fuel power plant for the main power grid over at the fuel and oil and plastics facility, which is off on the west coast. It's going to be off on the west coast, as mentioned. So yeah, that's going to be fun for next week. Anyway, let's get this shit saved. I'm gonna put offline for a bit. I might be back on to stream some Baldur's Gate 3. I might err on the side of caution and not. But I'm gonna see what the pacing is of the Q&A segment. Like, I'll like mark off where the end of the Q&A segment is before I put off tonight. But as it stands, yeah. See, Wednesday. The plan would be during the offline clipping. So end of Wednesday, I'll get through them all. I'll be uploading. Thursday, will either be uploading or YouTube processing. And then Friday, depending on how Thursday goes, will either be, oh, everything's done, archive sites and community highlights is all sorted, or Friday will be wrapping things up and getting the websites built. So, that's going to be all for now. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.